Hello everyone. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my videos. My name is Bill. This is my channel, Bill's Retirement Journey. I'm 66 years old. Recently retired about nine and a half months now. This video I'm doing, and it's called Handcuffed to My Home. I've been like that for a couple months now or so, with only one working car in our family. Well, me and my wife. Her car's down, so she's been using my car. So that doesn't allow me to go anywhere to do any more places I want to go to. But that'll be coming up soon. Whenever I can get a chance to get the car. But yeah, it's just being handcuffed to the home. That's how it feels like. Um, Ever since retirement, nine and a half months ago. Um, I don't see my friends from work, or they don't text me no more. For the first couple months they did, we were shooting the shit, and they're still gradually, oh, Bill, congratulations, on your retirement. Everybody was cool, I mean, it was for way past time for me to go, um, I couldn't wait to go. Actually, my retirement was 67. Um, but at 65, I put in for the retirement. I just had enough. But you got to think about all your options, too. Should you retire, or should you wait for that date? You'll get a little bit more money if you wait till 67. On me, it wasn't a whole lot. Plus, I had my 401k, which you can see my first video I had about that. That didn't last long. Here I am, 9.5 months later. It is a little boring. I wish I would have did a couple things differently. Of course, everybody says that. But we've always had car problems. Any of our cars, that cost us a fortune. And how long can you keep going on with it? Um, I am handcuffed to the house because, and I'm grateful I have a home and I live, in a decent neighborhood. But it gets rough. You can't keep going on repairs all the time, and you got to start thinking about downsizing. What should you do next? Um, of course, that's going to be in your, stuck in your head. Things that you really gotta realize. Um, Things that you can't really do anymore coming up, maybe, or um, you know, you're living on a budget. You really can't put no money in the house if you need a repair. Um, or just car repairs. The repair for my wife's car is a little on $1,000 or so. So that's gonna be hard for us to say, but thank God she's still working. She can pay for groceries and electric bill, gas bill. I pay for the mortgage payment. Um, I pay for me and her car insurance, and then I have a Medicare G. I pay for, which I really didn't need. I'm going to get rid of that when I can do that, coming up for changes in October, or I think that is. But anyway, yeah, I got to get rid of that. That's $135. I'm never going to use that. That was just for, like, in case I needed, surgery to the shoulder. I had a pain in my shoulder for a year, and she thought maybe you might need, a surgery on that. But I got that taken care of finally from the doctor after months. I got a shot, and then I iced it, and it was better. But I'm going to definitely get rid of that to save me a little bit of money on my next run around retirement, second year. But yeah, things I got to learn. You got to, just be creative, and keep yourself busy. You have to keep yourself busy in certain situations. Of course, I could sleep all day, watch TV, and binge eat, but that's not good for you. But being handcuffed, is you don't have a lot of options. I got to mow grass, I think today or tomorrow. Taking care of my neighbor's yard. That gives me a little extra. They pay me. They pay me decent, and they insist on it because I do it for free for them if I could. They just don't allow that. They got to pay me. So, but that does help my Social Security out a little tiny bit, but not enough. Having a home, it's constant repairs and cars. I like to downsize to one car, but I don't know if I can do that. We just need some. We just need an extra car in case of a breakdown or in case I want to go somewhere. I can't even go fishing. I can't even go to the park, or I like to go hiking, which I can't wait to go back there and do a video. And you guys will probably like that. It's really nice. It's about 300 acres. It's a nature preserve with the sandhill cranes, and it's beautiful. It's kind of a dry lake. They call it dry lake, but there's pockets of water still there. There's a lot of history there. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, handcuffed to the home is just the same procedure every day. You get up and I drink my coffee, check out the news or whatever sometime. Um, if I have food, I'll go out and feed the squirrels and the birds and all the critters. But lately, I've been slowing down, so I they've been still trying to come around and stuff. But the less I'm feeding now, I notice I'm gonna have to stop because I can't afford it. I'll be on a budget. Just got my check the other day, and I bought them a small bag and some peanuts, but I really shouldn't have did that. But yeah, all the animals are pushed away in this woods behind me here. It used to be pretty woody woods, and they cleared a lot of that out. They just mowed it all down. But right over here, where the deer come out, back here, and they come out across this field. Had a few the other night with a buck. First time, I mean, it's about the second time I've seen a buck. Most of them been females, does. But yeah, I mean, I don't really feed them, but they do hop my fence and eat the bird food too. They just jump right over the chain link fence. Um, but yeah, and they've had babies, behind my home here, and but I guess they feel safe. But the neighborhood's nice. I like it. But there's at some point I'm going to have to downsize. Um, maybe if I do get the car, and some days I like to go by work, maybe, say hi to the guys. But then sometimes in my back of my head, I don't want to go back and say hi to everyone, really, because things change, and it's just that they're trying to live their life, and I'm trying to get through mine. But yeah, it's hard to lose, a few of your good friends, and they don't even text you or call you anymore. But like I said, I'm handcuffed right now. I can't even do that. I can't go say hi to them or nothing. But like I said, I mean, I'm just going to keep, I found this doing this videos now is it's helping me a lot to stay busy. Um, you know, and I appreciate everybody watching them. I really do. Um, leave comment below, subscribe, like if you could, that'd be great. Um, but yeah, it's just being locked to your home, handcuffed. It's hard. But yeah, with the motorcycle I used to have and I got rid of, I shouldn't have got rid of maybe, but it was starting to have some mechanical issues. Well, not too bad. It just, things always go wrong with that too. The cables were getting stretched out. I needed new cables. I put a lot of money in with tires and everything on that bike. It was just constant with the constant repairs of my cars. I really couldn't afford it. And then with the death rate on motorcycles, people getting killed every year, lean me toward getting rid of it. But after you think about it, maybe I shouldn't have got rid of it. Maybe I should have just took the chances and just kept it. And But then I probably would have sold it because we needed the money. And it never go wrong, you know. So, um, but yeah, you know, I worked, I did a lot to get that motorcycle and everything, and it would have freed me right now. I could have went somewhere and did some better videos at some great places. I got mine, but yeah, you know, being handcuffed, you know, being on a budget is not fun, you know. So look at your options. Think about that stuff before you retire. That friends you may lose, maybe, or they're just busy. They don't. You know, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people will go through this. Um, you know, but you know, I know there's a lot of people who are smarter with their money than me. But I only use my money to fix cars, buy a wash machine. I had to get a new lawnmower. I got a tractor, but that was just, it was really cheap. But you know, things that, you know, you try to take care of with that we didn't have the money before. Here I got that big, you know, 401k. So I took care of things we needed to take care of, and got us all caught up, you know. But I was still going to retire, you know, because you can keep going on and on and on with this stuff, you know, and you're going to be 70, and you know, some guys are staying there till they're 70 or so, but I couldn't do it. And why spend my life at a place and then most of your life's over when you retire? But yeah, you just make it out to be good, not bad. You know, just feel like you know, you're thankful and grateful for what you have now. And I am so grateful of everything I have in my life, my family, my kids. Even though it's been a rough haul for raising our kids over the years, with my son being autistic, you know, that was a challenge for me, my wife. But I made it to the finish line, and it's what you make it to be, really. So stay, just stay strong, keep your head up, and things will be good. Things will work out. Leave a comment below if you're going through, you know, handcuffed to your house, or just not a whole lot of things doing after retirement. You know, just let me know in the comments below. But I'm going to venture out here soon, as soon as I can. But I really appreciate everybody stopping by, and checking out my videos. Um, my journey is going to keep going. Um, I'll find more things to do, more videos to make. But as now I'm handcuffed a little bit. But thanks for stopping by. Have a God bless day, and stay safe out there. Um, you know, it's a rough world. God bless. Goodbye.